Continuing on our African safari adventure, this video is the second of 4 and highlights our adventures in Zimbabwe. Day 4 was a travel day. We flew from Johannesburg to Zimbabwe in a small jet and then boarded a coach to travel to Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls was named by David Livingstone in honor of Queen Victoria in 1855. The local native name is Mosi o Atunya, which translates to the smoke that thunders.
Not a raging water. Picking up the rainbow.
A little over a mile wide, it is known as the largest waterfall in the world, not because of its height or width, but by volume. During the rainy season, over 5 million cubic meters of water flow over the falls every minute. We walked the 2 miles of trails along the edges of the falls.
I know why you have an umbrella.
We caught sight of our first African wildlife here as well, comical warthogs and cheeky vervet monkeys playing at the cafe. Our lodging in Victoria was at the highly secure and comfortable Pioneers Lodge. It had all the amenities of a luxury resort. Dinner our first night included crocodile appetizers and grilled ostrich steaks. But we crashed early because our wake-up call was 5 a.m. Day 5, this was our first game drive at dawn into the Stanley and Livingstone Game Preserve. Our guide's name was Africa. Within an hour into the drive, we found the animals that the 6,000-acre game reserve is known for. 2 female black rhino hiding in the bush and just waking up. They manage and protect the rhino due to the poaching for their horns. We had 4 9-passenger Land Cruisers. Each guide was thorough and knowledgeable, and they all gave excellent information. Before our 8:30 coffee break, we saw dozens of impala and zebra, some kudu, and caught a glimpse of a roan antelope, which is very rare, dung beetles, and a toki-toki.
So this is male. Females are just plain. They don't have any fur.
Oh, he's full bucket.
2 male giraffe, but no elephant. Back at the lodge, we had brunch and time to relax before our first presentation to learn about elephants from Dr. Sarah Lewis and the birds of Africa from Sarah's husband, Dr. Thomas Michel. That evening, we had our first sunset dinner cruise on a 50-foot double-decker pontoon on the Zambezi River. We spotted lots of hippo, birds, storks, and our first adult crocodile. Finally, we sighted our first family of elephant, 2 females and a younger male on an island in the middle of the river. And as the sun set, we enjoyed cocktails and a delicious meal served by the crew. Day 6 was another early start for me. Thomas Michel and I booked a private birding tour with expert birding guide Charles Brightman of Zimbabwe. He drove us around the Zambezi National Park, pointing out every bird he spotted along with all the other animals. The Zambezi Preserve protects everything from the elephant to the dung beetles alike. we spent almost 5 hours in the bush and saw and photographed almost 20 different species of bird.
Invariably here, they find a water point like a river or a water hole, and they suspend their nest over the water.
When we stopped for tea time, we had a couple of nosy elephant, 2 young males who either smelled the apples or more likely were just looking for the family on the riverbank ahead. That afternoon, Ken and Todd chartered a fishing trip on the Zambezi River with Captain Joe on his 12-foot fishing boat with a stalling motor and no life jackets. Drowning is the least of your worries if you go overboard. Todd caught a tigerfish and Ken a squeaker with nasty barbs that could inflict a serious infection. They also kept an eye out for black mambas hanging in the trees along the shore and had a too-close encounter with a grumpy hippo before returning safely to the dock. Captain Joe assured them that they were safely above the pool of no return, but it was a harrowing adventure. On our last night at Pioneers Lodge, a descendant of David Livingstone told us the fascinating story of his life and explorations in southern Africa in the mid-19th century. Dinner at the lodge that night included warthog tenderloin. There were lots of great conversations with our fellow tour mates about the adventures of the day. Tomorrow we will leave Zimbabwe for Botswana by coach. We hope you will join us for the next video. Stay tuned.